Here we are together again on the radio. You know, I have told you many times on this program that, boys, you just simply need to dump that bitch for any number of reasons. I've been telling you about the time I've spent living alone and how wonderful it's been. I've been telling you that women are dream killers. I have been telling you that there is nothing like the peace and quiet you will get when that nagging, money-grubbing piece of crap is out your door. You're just going to love it. You're going to love the difference in your life. Oh, yes. Yes, Dean. I am, indeed. I've been saving $1,600 a month ever since I put the big black boot into somebody's butt. The person who left, and now I get to come home on time every night instead of staying out late. Suddenly I don't feel the need to work all the time. Suddenly I can't wait to get to my front door. I mean, I've been encouraging you to discover the good feeling you're going to have when you do this. You're right, Dean. The business dinners now end at the time they're supposed to end, no later than 10 o'clock. I'm not out at bars as often. I think my alcohol consumption is down by about 2/3. I'm not kidding, about 2/3. Because you need something to do while you're killing time out there. As I've said, the earlier you come home, the more things you're going to find out are wrong with you. The more times you are going to be wrong, do the wrong thing, not do the right thing. Just find out all the things that are wrong with you. The later you come home, the less she gets to tell you what's wrong with you. So I'm wondering how many of you have done it. And every once in a while I check with you. Of course, we do it for the holidays every year. We tell you to dump that bitch. If only to save money on Christmas presents or demands for engagement rings on New Year's and what have you. And then other times we just simply, let's be honest. It's like now we're just doing kind of a gut check with you. You know, she hasn't married you yet. She certainly would like to marry you. She'd like to take your sperm and turn it into an annuity by having your baby and getting you to pay for it forever and ever and ever. Haven't you just thought about just getting rid of her? Kicking her the hell out? So if you've done that, if you have dumped that bitch recently, I mean the last 90 days, if you've done it recently, and you are now enjoying the fruits of your dumping that bitch, I want to hear all about it.
Tom Leykis. Tom Leykis. 800-5800. Tom.
I know it's an awful thing to say, and I hope God forgives me for saying this, but I hope you catch AIDS.
Really?
The Tom Leykis Show.
Of course I can, man.
Doing great.
That's awesome. Hey, I wanted to call in because I heard you talking about, getting rid of dumping that bitch. Well, I recently had a girl who wanted to come out here and visit, wanted to live out here. So I said, I needed help with the rent. So originally I said, yeah, it's cool. And she moved in with me. I know it's breaking one of your rules, but it was really more like a friendship thing at first. And then,
all the more reason to have her not move in with you.
Excuse me?
All the more reason to not have her move in with you.
Exactly, but you know what? I really needed help with the rent. I live on the beach, and I was like, you know what? I've had my share of bad roommates out here, so I was like, you know what? It's a friend from back home in New York. Thought it would be a good idea. Man, this girl was, nagging me worse than, my mother has ever nagged me. I broke a bone. I was on, like, pain medication, and she was giving me hell about it. I said, you know what? I was like, I just played it off like, you know, like I had a problem with it or something. And, you know what? Got her to move the hell out a couple weeks ago. Now she's still living out here, but, you know, I just don't even talk to her anymore or anything, man.
How did she react to getting kicked out?
What?
How did she react?
She was, I'll tell you what, at first she acted like it didn't bother her, but I'll tell you what, she came by recently to pick up some of her stuff and gave me a little hug, and I seen a tear running down her face, and it just made me, you know, feel so good inside that, you know what, I had the upper hand. You can't let these girls walk all over you. If you let them tell you one thing, that's it. You're in their pocket.
Now, by the way, Brian, how long have you been in Southern California?
About a year and a half.
All right. So now we're going to give you a lesson on sounding like a local.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Stop calling it out here.
All right.
It's just here.
True.
New York is back east.
True.
We live here.
All right.
People who live out here are planning on going back there.
What do you mean?
If you're calling it out here, that implies that you're not always going to be here. It implies you're going back where you came from.
Yeah, most likely.
But you're not.
Well, you know, you never know. It's up in the air.
You're not.
You sure about that?
Yes, I am. You know why I know? You know where I'm from?
I think you're from New York, too, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, New York.
You're not going back.
Yeah? Yeah, you're probably right.
All right, so stop calling it out here.
True. Definitely.
Here, you want lesson number 2?
Yeah, what's that?
When you meet a new person, don't ever tell them you're from New York. No one's impressed.
Okay.
In fact, they don't care.
I know. I found that.
Because you can't shut up about it.
You think so, huh?
You like all the others, yes.
It got me laid plenty of times out in Arizona, but, yeah, it definitely doesn't fly out here. In fact, I think...
Where?
Women are turned
it doesn't
off
fly where?
Excuse me?
Doesn't fly where?
California. My home.
Here.
Here. It does not fly here. You're right.
Yes.
I'll definitely work on that, Tom.
I mean, when you're in New York, do you say, I'm back here?
Nah.
No, you're just there.
I'm just there.
Lesson 3. The word T-H-E-R-E is pronounced there with an R in it.
Oh, man, you give me a hard time, Tom.
Lesson 4.
Yeah.
When you're waiting to get into the movie, what do we call that?
Waiting to get in the movie? A line? I don't know.
I'm waiting what? Waiting... Do you say online?
Yeah, why not?
Because we don't say that here.
What do you guys say out here?
In line.
Yeah, that's like so hard, you know. I was born and raised in New York. How long did, you know, that's like, why am I going to change who I am just because of where I live?
Because you want to get along better with the people who are your neighbors. You want to blend in.
I mean, honestly, Tom, to be, you know, maybe you've been in L.A. too long, you know.
No, I haven't. I haven't been here long enough.
I think people put on these fake facades big time out here, and maybe that's why...
you know what?
Why I stay so true to my roots.
Oh, yes, true to your roots. I love when people from New York come here and lecture us about how we ain't got no culture out here.
Well, no, I think there's plenty of culture out here. I think that's nonsense. I just think that...
They say it.
You know, exactly like you said. Like, oh, you got to blend in, like, appease everybody else. You know? I got friends out here, you know, just as many as I had in New York.
Where do you have friends?
Here.
Thank you. You will blend in a lot better if you know the code.
Well, I'll try, man. I really will.
Nobody wants to hear that you're from New York or you can't find a good bagel. Nobody cares.
I don't even care about that, you know.
Try Friday a good tortilla in Manhattan. Good luck.
I know. It's impossible. I always say that. You know what? No, New York's got nothing on that.
Try finding good Mexican food in New York.
Doesn't exist.
Right.
Doesn't exist.
You can get some Kentucky Fried Rats in New York. That's about all.
Yeah, right? Or pigeon.
Right. All right, Brian.
All right, Tom. Thanks for taking my call.
Thanks for the call. The guy can't get away from New York. He even lives in Manhattan Beach. Stop it. All right, have you dumped that bitch? Gabriel, on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Gabriel.
How you doing, man?
Great.
Man, first of all, I just want to say thank you so much, Tom. I've been listening for 4 years. Finally got the balls to tell it, give me my balls back, and I dumped that bitch.
How did that work out for you?
It's working out perfect, man. It's barely been a month. I already got my first tail. Just starting up my bullpen. I don't know how to thank you enough, man. Because of you, us guys, we're just doing it, you know? We just got to listen, but listen and pay attention to you. And you could just do the impossible, man. All we got to do is just listen to you.
That's right, and then you get more ass than a toilet seat.
Most definitely, man. I hear that, man. Can you take me out Kobe style, Tom?
Of course I can.
Thank you very much, man.
This is about us. She's so special to me. Yeah, it beats in my heart. Yeah, the air I breathe. She's so special to me.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. Have you dumped that bitch? It's Chad on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom, how's it going?
Great.
I have to tell you, you're a master linguist.
No
one can debate you.
I'm a cunning linguist and a master debater.
Yes, you are. You crack me up. Hey, listen, I had the hottest girlfriend I've ever had for 9 months. When we would go out, she looked like Brooke Burke. No lie. And she gave me an ultimatum about, I've been listening to you for about a year now, right, in Phoenix?
Yeah.
She gave me an Asian girl. She gave me an ultimatum. Either move in, get married, or have a baby. And guess what I said? Dump that bitch.
How did she react to that?
She wasn't too thrilled.
I'll bet. What did she do?
She went a little crazy. Real crazy. And it was a good thing, because I'm glad I found out now compared to a year down the road.
Of course.
It's insane how much you're right, dude. You need to write a book.
Yeah, well, I keep telling the boys. The boys like you.
This is the second time I've called you, and it gets better and better all the time. I mean, if these guys just follow your rules, follow what you say. I don't 100% agree with everything you say, but about 95% of what you say, you're right.
Thank you, Chad.
Definitely.
Appreciate the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. If you dump that bitch, James. Hello.
Tom, what's going on, man? Long time, first time.
Doing great.
All right, I just got done with a relationship about a month and a half ago. I was with her for almost a year, and I'm telling you, man, it is amazing. I moved out from Irvine, which is boring. Everything closes down at 10 p.m. over here. And I went to Huntington Beach. I didn't know what the hell to do. I was back out in the game. And I'm telling you, I met some guys on rent.com, kind of started a little network. I'm living right across the street from the water, walking distance from the street. Absolutely insane, man. It's probably one of the best decisions of my life. So.
How did she react?
Oh, my God. Well, it was more what's crazy about it. It was more of a mutual thing than anything else. I mean, it was like, you know, I was into all the little idiosyncrasies. I was into just the fake stuff that kind of built a relationship off of nothing. Didn't make sense. I didn't know what I was doing in it. So she kind of pulled the plug, and I agreed, and I was cool with it. I mean, so it took me like a week and to build a new network, and I'm back out in the game. She kind of reacted crazy, but what got her to the point really was just a huge fallout when she was drunk, actually. So she drank a little too much Patron one night and let me have it, man. Just like the girls you talk about all the time. It's just it never ceases to amaze me, man. You know, I'm happier than ever before. I'm telling you, everybody out there, listen to Tom. He knows what the hell he's talking about. Stay the hell away, especially from crazy girls, but stay away from girls that are just going to give you trouble, and stay away from girls in general, especially when you're young. I mean, for me, this relationship was more of a convenience thing. You know what I mean? I got out of college. I just got done. I graduated from UCI. I got into a good little firm or whatever. It was like I didn't know what I was doing, so I got into this thing. And, you know, obviously I had my tail between my legs. I had no idea what I was doing. And I woke the hell up real quick, man. I realized that you work harder, you get more done. You know, when you're out on your own and you're single and you don't have any obligations, it's just it's been great. It's been real great.
It's the best.
Oh, it's amazing, man. So, and location, guys. Come out here to SoCal. Not everybody, of course, just the guys that, you know, are going to represent it right. There are ladies out here for days, you know. So, have some fun, get your stuff handled, you know, and listen to Tom. So, that's all I wanted to say, Tom. I appreciate your call. I appreciate you taking my call, I should say.
Thank you, James.
All right, take care.
Tyler on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, what's going on, Tom?
Not much.
Hey, you just proved with that guy from New York that there is such a thing of the urban hayseed. Hey, listen, brother. I was with a girl for about a year, okay? At the same time, I was trying to start a career in the mortgage industry. If you know anything about that, it's a 12, 14-hour-a-day role until you know what you're doing. So every day, you know, at about 5 o'clock when she got off work, then she's calling me and telling me, well, how come you're not coming home yet? We didn't live together, but how come you're not getting off yet? How come you're not? And I said, so I led into that. You know, I started leaving work early. I started paying attention to her. My income went down. I wasn't learning enough. And she had this pattern of every time she got PO'd at me, she would leave, like wherever it was. We'd have an argument. She'd say, I'm breaking up with you. 2 days later, she'd call, text me, and come back. One night, she walked out last January on a $300 dinner at Morton's of Beverly Hills on me. It was a celebration. I was taking myself out for some professional stuff, and she was there. She got mad, left in the middle of dinner, stuck me with the bill right as the 2 steaks arrived, okay? She tried calling the next day, and I said, no way in hell. You're done. You're gone. Then comes the text messages. Then comes the phone calls. Then comes the do you miss me's. And I'm like, no, baby, I don't miss you. You're the past. You're done. Since I left her, Tom, since I let her go, rather, professional success, I'm dating some hot chicks. Life couldn't be better, man. And there's no other radio show where you can call and tell that story and know that the brothers will dig it.
That's right. Now, are you sorry you waited so long to do it?
Yes, I did. And I should have done it on week 1, to tell you the truth. It's something I had to learn about myself, like a lot of guys, I guess. You know, I just stayed too long. Life experience, I suppose. And there was no good pops around to give me the scoop. So I did what I had to do and stuck with her and finally wised up. This is after listening. I'm from San Francisco, and I don't think you were on at that time, okay? This is after a year of listening to Leykis. Okay, so I finally understood there was a whole concept of life after the bitch.
Well, there certainly is, and life gets a lot better.
Oh, it's awesome, Tom. There's money now. The girl's trying to call. She's done, man. She's done. And I'll tell you what, she would have sunk me professionally if I would have stayed with her.
Right.
She would have sunk. Because they don't want you to work. They don't want you to do that. They want you to be home. They want you to time on them. They don't understand that everything you do and everything you are emanates from your work.
Right.
And so, you know, I got you to thank for that, bro. It's a good time. Would you take me out Carmelo Anthony style?
Of course I can.
Thank you, brother.
Carmelo Anthony style. That's the punch and running away. Carmelo Anthony, the NBA player who, Madison Square Garden, he did that. So it's a punch in the face, yeah, and then the feet running away. It's Carmelo Anthony style.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
No.
Tom Leykis.
But you know what? It's the truth.
Oh, God.
The Tom Leykis Show.
Show from Los Angeles. The 1-800-5800-TOM. Have you dumped that bitch? Tommy on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What's up, Tom? You're the man.
Doing great.
Oh, man, dude, let me tell you. Dude, the girl I was dating for 4 years was the poorest time in my life. I've never been more broke than when I was with her. I could not get a single thing done because of her. Everything she did was about me, and, dude, she was like the queen of I miss you. I couldn't even be in the other room without this girl saying, oh, I miss you, I miss you. And I'm like, I'm in the next room. You got to be kidding me. You don't even know.
Wow.
Ridiculous. Yeah.
Why did you wait so long to get rid of her?
Because you know how it is, Tom. It's that thing where all the old people try to tell you, oh, this is what you should be doing. You need to work hard at your relationship. You need to do this. You need to. It's not easy being in a relationship, but it's a trust factor and this and this and this. Dude, she stalked me and stalked me and stalked me, and I tried to dump her and I tried to dump her, and it just, you know what I mean? I was just a weak person, and she kept coming back and she kept coming back, and then about 4 weeks ago, man, I just was done with her. I was like, whatever, you know what I mean?
Jesus.
Out of my life forever.
Great.
Now I got 2 girls I get to choose from tonight coming over. Awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, you do not need to be in a relationship. You don't need a girlfriend.
Nobody needs to be in a relationship. That's for the 50s. People who, you know what I mean? For our grandparents.
That's right, for your grandparents. For your grandparents, It's a good idea.
Exactly. And it's like I try to tell, like, my next-door neighbor, this guy had a kid, and I'm like, dude, you're 21 years old. You guys need to be out having fun, doing something else, not in a relationship. Not in a relationship. Not even that, man. Dude, you're crazy if you think a relationship's going to fix any problems.
Well, you're right about that. You learned the hard way. Joe on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Father. How's it going?
Great.
Hey, I just got to call you up. I had to thank you because you saved my life. My ex-girlfriend broke up with her a couple months ago. She was trying to control my life. She lived on my paychecks. I was broke. And she managed to know where I was every minute of every day. And I just got tired of it.
And how long did you put up with this?
Way too long. 3.5 years.
Holy cow.
Yeah. I started dating her just before my 16th birthday.
And so did listening to this show affect your decision at all?
Oh, yeah. My now best friend, Andy, turned me on to you. Took about almost a year for it to set in for me to sack up and ditch that bitch.
Wow.
But I owe it to you and him, so.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, man, you should have seen the look on her face when I broke up with her. She started crying. She got down on her knees, and she actually got on her knees and begged me to take her back.
Oh, I'll bet.
Oh, it was great. Kicked her out of my... Oh, hell no. Not a chance.
Thank God.
I learned from my mistakes. I listen to you, Father.
Thank you, son. Appreciate the call. That's my son. Son I never had. John on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Tom, how you doing?
Great.
Well, about a couple of months ago, I ended up ditching that bitch.
Really?
Yeah, I'm probably a little older. I mean, I'm living proof that what you say works. I'm 35. She was 26. She was talking about having 5 kids. She was talking about the bigger house I had to buy. Started listening to you a little bit, and that sunk in. I just cut her loose. I actually replaced her with a motorcycle. No, don't laugh. There's a lot of similarities there. You know, very beautiful, very fast, and if it stays around long enough, it might kill me.
Much lower cost.
Yeah, lower maintenance. But since I've gotten rid of her, Tom, life has been great. I mean, the stress level is 0. I'm more ash than a toilet seat from the bike and the car that I bought. Oh, that was another thing. She had me looking at minivans.
Oh, God, no.
I was driving a BMW when I met her, and then I'm looking at minivans.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm Polish, Tom. Maybe that's part of it.
Oh, Jesus.
But I cut her loose. Her reaction was one of a little bit of surprise. She really, I don't think, saw it coming, even though it had been building up. I caught her. Kind of funny, actually.
Unbelievable.
Well, it just goes to prove that what you say is true. I'm so much happier now. The other guy who was more productive in his job, I was made partner in my firm now. Since I broke up with her, my attention to detail at the office is up. I'm never going to even think about anything like that again.
Thank God.
Thank you.
Steve on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
What is up, Tom?
Not much.
How you doing?
Great.
That's great. Okay, I want to let you know right now, I've been listening to you since I was about 13 years old.
Right.
Okay, I'm 23 now, and all these people who have called you before are just wussies. Wussies. Okay, you don't have a girlfriend. I've been listening to you since I was 13, and I get tang every day of the week. All I have to say is bend them and send them. That's all you have to do. What is the worst thing that's going to happen to me? Nothing. Bend them and send them. Because they are no good. All they do is lie to you. So if they lie to me, I'll lie to them way worse than that. And that's all. Tom, you know what? Take me out with a bong rip.
Of course I can.
Thank you, Tom.
Sure.
All right.
It's 1-800-5800-TOM. That's our telephone number. Alicia on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
I actually tell everyone that you're a misogynist, but you're very entertaining.
Aha.
So I listen to you. I don't always agree with you, but you definitely keep my attention when I'm on the road.
That I do.
Office, too. So I'm going to tell you about the bitch I ditched. I was with this dude for 6.5 years, and I had that classic didn't have a daddy syndrome, or he dated older guys, was a little too fast for my age kind of thing. And I met this dude, we fell in love, or lust, or whatever you want to call it, had a baby, gorgeous, gorgeous little boy. He's 5 years old. And then we broke up 2 years ago, got back together for the sake of the child and just try and work things out. And then last year, in the beginning of the year, I felt total distance. I knew he was cheating, but I had no proof. And then I ended up sleeping with someone, breaking up with him the next day. And then I found out he was dating a girl, had started a whole other relationship with her, told her that we were broken up but living together because of the lease, and was banging her before I'd even moved out. 3 days after I moved out, I came back to the house. I found her clothes in my bedroom. So I had to deal with that, split up, moved out, and then she came to move into my house in, November. She had moved away back to Idaho where she came from, and then came back, moved into my house. She only lasted a week and a half because I'm so psycho crazy baby mama that I was not about to let this snap up in my house and try and take care of my child, sleep in my bed with my ex and my son. So I scared the crap out of her, and she moved away. And then he told me he wanted me back, but then I'd be there and he'd act like he didn't want me around, totally treating me like crap. He's a total alcoholic, verbally abusive, emotionally abusive. And so it's been hard for me to leave. I always go back because I want to work things out. I want to create that home that I didn't have, with both my parents there. But I realized the example I was setting for my son was even worse because he was seeing his father treat his mother like total crap. So basically, it went sour around the holidays, and then he, apologized because he went on some drunken tirades with me and had these crazy, horrible arguments in front of our son, and I just was like, I can't take this, It's worse when we're together than when we're apart. And so that's...
No, I said Jesus. I'm just listening to you. Go ahead.
So then the last 2 months, he's like, I want to work it out. I found out because I had it in January. I just said I can't take it no more. Cut off, the connection. Stop having sex. Stop hanging out. Just I would only see him when I picked up my son, and that's it. Because we share custody 50-50. And Then I find out that he was talking to that girl the whole time since she had left, even though he promised me and swore up and down that he wasn't. Sent her a Valentine's card, which on Valentine's Day, he didn't even get me anything, not even a piece of paper that says I love you and a Snickers. Nothing. I get nothing. And he sends this girl a love letter on Valentine's Day because I talked to her and she totally told me the truth. And then he had almost sent her a plane ticket to come down to visit when we weren't talking, which didn't surprise me. But it hurt me because she told me that he told her he still loved her and all this crap. And I'm like, how do you love someone you only, dated for like 3 months? But whatever. So basically to me it seemed like he just didn't want to be in the relationship. And I was listening to you a lot. And I was kind of feeling, empowered enough that I don't need him. He's just dragging me down. I'm not going to make somebody try to love me. I'm hot, Yeah, I'm not totally tall and skinny, and I'm short and I'm chunky, but I'm cute,
Watch your mouth, dear. We're on the air.
I said frickin'.
No, you didn't.
So, I know I can get a guy who can treat me the way I deserve to be treated, with respect and kindness, especially in front of my son. But it's like, I want to be with him because he's my baby daddy. I got mad love for him, and I always will. But it's like I couldn't...
Stop being so ghetto, dear. Please stop being so ghetto, please.
Well, I'm sorry.
Please.
But, so basically, I just couldn't take it anymore. And then last week, we were fighting pretty much every day, that we were together. And I still technically live, at my mom's and across the bridge because all my stuff's there. But I would bring bags, to spend the night and stuff. Because I never know how the night was going to go. I might have to go home crying. And he had just gotten belligerently drunk and was so intoxicated he couldn't even drive our son home. And then I got in a fight with him. I found out my uncle died that day. He calls me, starts screaming at me. I go over there to pick up my son. He's totally inebriated, cannot even take care of my son. And on top of that, he's screaming and yelling at me, throwing all my stuff outside.
Yes.
So I ditched the bitch.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, the Tom Leykis Show. Jenny, hello.
Tom?
Yes?
How are you doing?
Great.
Great. I love your show. I listen to it every day.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I called because I listen to all these guys, making, comment about their ex-girlfriend, ditch their ex-girlfriend, I just want to say that I ditched my ex-boyfriend because he is the one who's always telling me, like, what to do. And it's just like feeling that just like you're not capable of doing anything, But I'm a type of girl that I don't really care what you're doing out there as long as, like, you're honest. You're telling me. I'm not making a big deal of anything like that. And there are a lot of girls, even my friends, making complain all the time about their boyfriends doing this or this, and they're like controlling and changing their boyfriends.
Yes.
Which is me personally, I'm not really into that kind of thing. As long as we have a good communication, that's all I care. I don't care if you're late at night with your friends. I don't care. Go ahead, watch a strip, go to the strip club. I don't really care.
Well, that's good to hear. For God's sake.
The Tom Leykis Show.